ever sat there wondering, why don't I really have friends? Or maybe you have people around you, close people around you, but you don't feel really connected to any of them. This video is for you. Let me tell you something right now. The reason why you might not have strong friendships is not because you're a bad person. In fact, it might be because you're a good person. So let's talk about it. Hi guys, welcome back to the Primrose channel. I'm Primrose and this is your safe space for healing, self-care and rediscovery. When you don't have a lot of friends, sometimes your brain almost jumps into conclusions. Oh, I must be a bad person. Or maybe nobody likes me. Or there must be something wrong with me. Oh, you might be boring. Here's the thing, friendship isn't something that you need to get an award about. For. It's about compatibility, emotional availability, shared values. Do you actually have the same things in common? You might be kind, loyal, smart and funny, and maybe you just haven't found your people. If you don't have a big circle of friends, ask yourself, do you actually just want surface level friendships? Because there's a lot of people that are friends, but they actually don't have the same values and connection. Take myself, for example. Me and my friendship group, I feel like we've all grown in different ways, but we have one or two values that are so compatible. We both love God, we both are very open-minded individuals, and we both respect each other, that we are gonna have different opinions. If you're somebody who values depth, you're not just going to click with anybody else. And it's okay to being selective with the people that you want to hang around with. It doesn't mean you're difficult. Like I see a lot of people that make videos on TikTok means, oh, I don't have a lot of friends because people see me as difficult. No, it just means you are real. And finding and maintaining meaningful connections does take time. Sometimes it's important to know that there are seasons in life when friendships shifts. So for example, you're not the same. You probably are not friends with the people that you went to primary school to, secondary school, and definitely the people that you met at university. Friendships constantly change and evolve. When I used to go to university, I had friends at uni that I thought these were my friends forever, right? But then over the years, people moved cities, people got married, some people passed away, some people formed new friendship groups, and that's okay because people naturally grow and develop. And sometimes when you're growing individually in your own life, the circle gets smaller. And remember, not everyone is meant to go with you into your next chapter. Sometimes have you been friends with people and then they either get married or they have kids or they move to a different country, and naturally a drift occurs, not because you don't love each other, but only because there's different chapters that's formed. So you might be in that season right now, you're thinking, I don't have any friends, but maybe you were in a different chapter before and some of your friends have started new chapters. It's okay. The goal is to find out, what chapter are you in your life right now? Are you in the chapter of your life where you're building your faith and getting closer to God? So maybe you can start, going to church a bit more and involving yourself in any church group so you can also meet like-minded people. You also need to do the work to find the people. And maybe in your workplace, you might have one or two people that you share the same interests. You've already got the same job, so you definitely like the same thing in that aspect, but maybe you could explore that a bit further. Sometimes you might not have friends right now because maybe you're emotionally mature, and this might surprise you. Sometimes it's really hard to find friends if you're emotionally mature, to find friends that don't gossip, find friends that you don't tolerate disrespect. If you're good at communication, you will notice that maybe some people feel uncomfortable around you, or sometimes you can't fit in certain groups or circles of groups because they probably do things that you don't do or things that you don't align with. So don't force that. One thing that you should never do is to force to be friends with people for the sake of being friends with people. There is something powerful with being comfortable with being by yourself. And I'm not saying don't make any friends, but I'm just saying if you're in this season where you don't have friends, there is powerful in knowing that you are okay being by yourself until you find the right people. Because remember, healthy people look for healthy connections, and unhealthy people, they simply look for comfort. Somebody that just wants to be with people just because. And I think for me, I've really matured and grown in terms of my friendship circles. I remember I had one birthday dinner before, and I promise, I kid you not, I had over 30 girls on a table. I used to be one of those girls that on my birthday dinners, there will be like 30, 20 different girls. And some of the girls are not even friends with each other. I would just mix my friendship groups. And I feel looking back now, I definitely have evolved, because some of those people, I'm still friends with them, but then we just have different type of connections. So sometimes you might have all these friends, all these big friendship circles, but is there depth to the friendship? Can you actually grow in the friendship? Is there someone in the friendship that you can call when you're having a breakdown and say, girl, can you pray for me? Is there someone in the friendship group that if you're looking for a job, they can help you with updating your CV? Is there someone in the friendship group that you can actually go for real advice? Those are the things that matter when it comes to friendships. Remember, adult friendship don't just happen the way they happen at school. Because when you were at school, you were almost like, not forced, but the environment and the spaces that you were in automatically made you make friends. Like at primary school, when you're in a class, someone that you're sitting next to, you become friends with them. As adults, making friendships takes work. You almost have to reach out. You have to take yourself in certain spaces to meet people. You have to follow up plans. You almost might maybe have to invite people. Sometimes you might sit in there, you're thinking you don't have any friends. Maybe it's because people have invited you to things over and over again and you've cancelled. So maybe this is the time that you now have to be mature enough to set out an invite. Create time. And I understand the pressure that social media might make you feel like everybody has a big group of friends. People are going on girls' trips. People are having birthday parties with 10 and 15 on their friends on the table. Taking weekend trips with their ride and dies. Sometimes what you don't see in those friendship groups is the loneliness that some people are feeling, but they have these friends. Some people are lonely. Some people are fighting depression. Some people are fighting financial difficulties, and they can't even pick up their phone and call their friend and say, girl, can you send me £10? But on social media, you're seeing them going, that's my girl, that's my chummy, that's my bestie. You just don't know these type of friendships, what happened behind closed doors. Sometimes you don't simply know the drama that happened behind the pictures that people take. This reminds me, I went on a trip a year ago to Dubai with my friends, and there was a video that we did where we were like showing our outfits. When you see it on social media, you're like, oh my God, glam, right? They look beautiful. But what you didn't see is before that video was taken, we had argued who's gonna go first. People don't like the lighting, people don't like the angle of the camera, people don't like where they're standing. So sometimes what you see on social media is not real life. So right now, if you don't have any friends, or if you're struggling to meet people, stop blaming yourself. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, asking where can I go to meet like-minded people? Do you like Afrobeats? Start looking at like events that do Afrobeats, paint and sip events. Take yourself out of your comfort zone, and you can go to these places yourself. There's so many times that I've gone somewhere by myself. I've actually gone to a concert before on my own, and I've met friends and I've had a good time. Sometimes ask yourself, are you open to making connections, or is your past hurt, or were you involved in past friendships that ended in drama and now you feel like you don't want to open up and you don't want to make any friends? And that's not a good place to be, because that can only just create loneliness. Also, join spaces that reflect your values. Say yes to small opportunities. Say yes when someone invites you for a coffee or a walk, or someone just say, do you know what, girl, let's go to the park and read a book. Just say yes. But again, don't shrink yourself just to be in a space where you don't feel comfortable. Don't shrink yourself just to get into a friendship group where you feel like things are not aligned. Right friendships won't require you to shrink yourself, won't require you to change who you are. If you don't have any friends right now, hear this. You are not unworthy. You're not behind. You're not boring. It's not because nobody doesn't like you. Just be in a refining season. You might just be in a season where you need to find out, what do you like? Friendship is less about being accepted by everyone and more about being recognized by the right people. And sometimes the best friendships, they take time to find because they're simply built to last. If this video resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you've watched this video to the end and you have not liked, you have not commented, you have not subscribed, why? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.